Cruising around, I'm in no hurry home. I'd rather be anywhere but there. Mostly because I know it'll be my turn soon. The neighbors have been complaining as if I have any choice in the matter. They can't stand how long I've been left alone. They want the knocking to start. Hell, I'm taking out the trash and the guy next door yelled over the fence, "Yo, when are you gonna take it in?" "When it comes knocking," I said. "Alright then, call for it." And I didn't say anything. Asshole knows it doesn't work like that, but I don't blame him. I can see the red-rimmed eyes like smoldering cigars signaling sleepless nights, the litter of beer bottles on the patio table confessing more than the usual Saturday excess. Oh, there'll be a time when that drinking is just for fun. We may even raise a glass to one another like the good old days, clinking pints over the chain links, toasting to the fact we're not suffering because someone else is. However, that's far from now. For the time being, all we've got are bitter glares. So I keep on to the rubbish bin, toss my junk, and speed back inside, trying my best to pretend I don't see the shapes in the windows staring at me. The hollowed-out children, haggard spouse, and that shrouded thing. Long time ago, walking home from the park after dark, I blinked and there it stood right out on the street. Raggedy wrappings flapping in the breeze, moving in that sputter-twitch popping lock we're all too familiar with. Seizure reels skipping frames as the shrouded thing crept along the sidewalk. 10 years old, I held my breath. It seemed to be headed for my house. I heard the thing rasping as it neared. Though I've never seen its eyes, I could feel the gaze on me. A bully once dragged the box cutter across my skin, and I swear the familiarity of the feeling is what scared me most. The same as that shrouded gaze. Then I felt the knife scrape of its eyes shifting. The shrouded specter flicker-floated across the street. Every movement sounded like the rustle of leaves. I saw people in their living room staring out through a bay window. I watched them crumple like crushed cans as the specter approached their home, and I relaxed in unbridled relief. Soon it raised a wrapped hand. A fist of bone and bristle pounded their front door. Fortunately, the occupants knew well enough to open the entrance. Not like the Leapfritz family. Those defiant fools kept their door shut. Even when the specter let loose a banshee wail, they ignored the hammering hand. I remember my mother praying in her own way. She stayed up all night baking pastries. The next day, she took her sweet treats over to the Leapfritzes, delivering cake and cookies off an excuse enough to check on her friends. The doors remained locked, but through a side window she saw them. All I know is my mother went gray that day. She started drinking soon after. Uninvited flashbacks inspired benders now and again. White wine whispers spilled hints of what she saw. Parents like a maypole, their headless children dancing around, wrapping mommy and daddy in their own intestines. And though all must have been long dead, my mother insisted she heard them still screaming. See, it's not just the houses here. The whole street is haunted. Cursed, in fact, and I'll be damned if anyone can tell me why. Every neighbor gives a different reason. My parents possess their own preference. Each version, though, seemed to stem from similar seedlings. The busybody beaten to death for ruinous gossip. The town drunk wrongfully killed after someone mowed down kids with a car. The witchy woman doomed by the fear of others. Whatever the variant, it always sounds like we deserve this. Perhaps that's why so few kids move away. Some leave for college, the city, etc., but some spectral tether inexorably drags them back to the suburban pit. I know, I'm one of them, hauled back by my mother's failing health, here again to answer the door, ushering in the uninvited guest. Turn off the lights in an empty room. Suddenly there it is in a corner, faintly glowing. Settle in for a long, peaceful slumber, ripped awake by a banshee cry. Hear moving throughout the house, always rustling from room to room, then worry when the sound stops. Try to take a relaxing shower, feel the air grow arctic, and that razor gaze scraping every inch of skin. Raspy whispers break the silence, confessing what a person never admitted to themselves, jabbed in the ear by such pinprick phrases, always worried who else might have heard. Walking around suddenly chomped and bloodied by random ghost bites. A day, a week, a month is 6, the shrouded specter stays with a family until one day it simply floats outside, down the lane to the next home. That's when the real horror starts. The sick delight of the relieved reveling in the phantom tormenting someone else. It doesn't matter who, just not here. Let the others go mad while we catch our breath, as if that's more refreshing than a cure for this curse. So I drive around knowing a knock is coming, perhaps the second I get home. Not simply because it's inevitable, more due to the fact I've enjoyed seeing the shrouded specter pass my house. So long as someone else is suffering, I can smile. But it's coming, and I can't help wondering if these other streets are any different.